Absolutely electric atmosphere at RFK Stadium. A sellout. A lot of Jamaican fans, but more American fans, with a chance for the USA tonight to take a major step and really have the coastline of France clearly in sight. Tonight's lineups are brought to you by Genuine Chevrolet, the cars more Americans trust.
Well, in goal, Casey Keller, who is on fire in the Premiership in England, having a great season for Leicester City in front of the back three that did so well against Costa Rica up in Portland, Oregon. Good to see Casey in the nets for the USA. And then the midfield and the forwards, and of course John Harkes is back, having had to sit out the Costa Rica match because of accumulated yellow cards. He is the captain, and this is his home team's field. DC United play here. He is coming home, and he wants to have a big game tonight.
And for Jamaica tonight,
well, Warren Barrett, the goalkeeper, had a couple of nightmare games away, giving up 9 goals, but all of a sudden he's put together 3 shutouts, and he has become a national hero now as part of this great resuscitation of the Jamaican soccer team. And up front, of course, the great story here. Dion Burton, only 20 years old, playing for Derby County in England, but has come back and has scored back-to-back goals to give this team 2 1-0 victories to get them into this spot of being tied for first place in CONCACAF.
6 teams in this group. It's essentially now a 4-team race. Mexico play El Salvador on Sunday. Jamaica has 11 points, but as you see, they played 7 matches. The USA has the match in hand, 9 points. A win is 3 points. A win would vault the U.S. over Mexico, albeit perhaps temporarily. But the top 3 nations from this group will go to France already. 14 of the 32 teams have been determined for France in 1998. Steve Sampson will meet him at halftime, intimately at home, at his home in California, and his attack-minded philosophy. Stewart, his decision up front and forward. Rene Simoes, the Brazilian-born head coach of the Jamaican side, the technical director, an evangelical Christian who has said that God has a plan for Jamaica, and part of that plan is getting Jamaica to World Cup 98. Senor Sanchez checking his watch, and we are set to go. Radio Reina immediately on the ball. He's got Ramos to his right. Heavy pressure and fouled by Paul Hall. It is extremely loud. I wonder if the players will actually hear the whistle. Also in critical situations. Reina with a long ball. Harkes touches. Ramos on the ball. Ramos lays it inside. Looking for Kobe Jones, who got the start tonight. Whitmore's on it, number 11 for Jamaica. Very dangerous player. Dion Burton dummies it up the left wing to Gardner on the overlap. Ricardo Gardner, number 24, cuts inside with a left-footed lead onside, but Casey Keller has it. 24-year-old Ian Goodison. Pressured by Winalda, and it paid off as Ramos had a piece of that ball initially. Stopped by Thomas Dooley, one of the 3 backs for the U.S. Balboa up to Reina. Claudio Reina. Ramos, who had the goal against Costa Rica, speeding through the midfield, still on the ball. Ramos, far post, loose. Jones challenging. Whitmore got ahead to it. Jones challenges again, and now Eddie Pope will settle this ball. Dooley with a left foot. Dion Burton comes back to win that ball. And now Dixon to Burton. Dixon still on the ball. Gets past Sorber, or does he, with the shot that Keller has all the way.
Well, Tab Ramos got to get some more of those runs in. We saw an enterprising run from him there. And Winalda stripped by the ball. That's an interesting first challenge that Winalda has faced.
Balboa, lots of room, and he'll take advantage of it. Scores of yards of room there. Harkes with a touch. Looking for Ramos and Stewart. Gardner got ahead to it. Now Jamaica on the counterattack. They have come out in 5th gear, these 2 teams. Long ball looking for Burton. And Dooley cuts it away. Ramos came back, but Burton won it. Fitzroy Simpson, number 6, got a touch. Burton, who has tremendous skills, number 18. Watch him tonight. Cargill, number 7. And Goodison, the left back, number 5. 3 consecutive 1-0 victories in qualifying for this Jamaica team. And that has resuscitated them with those 9 points and putting them at the top of this group.
Well, there you see one of the problems for Jamaica, Bob. They tend to take some very risky passes and some poor choices, some sort of undisciplined passes. Not as much as they used to, but it still can happen.
Paul Hall took that ball on the touch from Ramos against Eddie Pope, who gets a foot in and another touch and puts it out. Throw in Jamaica.
That's going to be a good matchup. Paul Hall against Eddie Pope. We just saw the first version of it there.
Simpson for Burton. Off his chest. Dion Burton, back heel. He loves that back heel move. Whitmore on the ball. Down the gut. Whitmore into the box and run off the ball. That's the fear of the U.S. team. Whitmore, when he faces the goal, can be very dangerous.
Well, you see Dooley there under a little bit of pressure because Sorber and Reyna were not able to take care of Whitmore, and that's their job. They've got to close him down.
Sorber.
Well, Ernie Stewart needs to get the ball a little bit more with his face to goal instead of with his back to goal. That's not his strength. Even though he is a front runner, he wants to be running onto goal.
Ramos trying to get it to Jones, comes back to collect that ball. Far post looking for Ronaldo and put out.
Well, a lucky break for the U.S. initially.
Corner kick.
Could not capitalize on it, but here's how it bounces back. Look, it's a great chance for Jones. Now, he looks far post, which is a great idea. There's an open man over there. Ronaldo, but they cannot quite get it over the top, and it's bombed away by the Jamaican defense.
Reyna now on that ball in the midfield. Fending off Fitzroy Simpson, but it comes back now to Dixon. Jones playing so very well for the LA Galaxy. Hart's back from the yellow card, so a lot of questions who would play on this U.S. team. Basically, an embarrassment of wealth for Steve Sampson, trying to put the right formula together, concoct the right starting 11 for tonight. Simpson long left foot looking for Burton. He's with Pope. Hall trying to get the foot down, and a foul against the U.S. just outside the box against Balboa.
Well, that all came from Simpson dropping very deep and hitting a long ball forward that fell down in the penalty area. Dooley couldn't get it away. Let's see if this is a high foot here. Here's a great chance here for Jamaica in the early going. Only 10 minutes into the game.
Simpson. Wow. Nice set piece.
Tremendous low shot from Simpson. This is look where Casey Keller is placed. He cheated over that far because of the wall, but he's cheating a bit to his right, and it almost cost him. He was a little nervous about the wall, I think, or maybe thinking that the first shooter was going to chip it over. But Simpson did anything but chip. He just blasted it. And Casey Keller got a little bit lucky there for not being victimized by cheating a little bit to his right when the open space was to his left.
I think the U.S. was relying on possession to use that extra width, and they've not established that possession.
Ty Keogh reporting from the field today for us. 74 wide, 110 long this pitch, and you just saw that sequence when Ty was reporting the dangerous speed of Dion Burton, number 18. This Jamaica team is flying, and there's Whitmore with lots of time. No one's shutting him down. Dooley comes over now. So does Reyna.
Whitmore and Simpson are doing the midfield damage. That's offside again. But there's very definite, I won't say disarray, but there's certainly some breakdown in the center of defense for the midfield. And you can see John Harkes coming in and giving a piece of his mind.
Throw in now for Jamaica.
Jamaican team is showing us, why they've done so well. The USA, in fact, is the only team to have taken a point from Jamaica in matches played down there. Everybody else who's gone down there has lost.
That was the opener for the U.S., a scoreless draw in qualifying back in March. Mike Burns saved the ball off the back line. Otherwise, Jamaica might have won that game. But this Jamaican team has been transformed since then. Paul Hall offside. As Steve Malcolm made his run. And gets back to his defensive position now. Reyna circles away from Hall. Balboa, I tell you, the way Burton has been front-running all night, one of those square passes could turn into disaster.
That's right. Those are going to be timed exactly right. That one looked dangerous, and there's a loose one from Pope.
Mike Sorber. Again, Burton checking back for the ball. This young man, number 18 in yellow, not yet 21 years of age, just transferred from £1 million in the English Premiership from Portsmouth to Derby County. He'll be playing Casey Keller for Monday Night Football on ESPN2 when Leicester plays Derby Monday night. Right now they're playing for their countries. Captain John Harkes waits for support. Ramos is there. Tried up the middle to Stewart. Dooley comes through well to win that ball. Back on it now, gets it back from Hart. Thomas Dooley makes his run. Tackled away nicely by Dixon. Now Whitmore back, tackled back and turned by Dooley in the U.S. with Balboa's ball. It'll be a throw-in for Jamaica. Ty Keogh.
Steve Sampson trying to fine-tune his attack, giving some very specific instructions to his team. He's asking Ernie Stewart to push up further and be right up alongside of Eric Winalda. And that worked almost a moment ago as Ernie Stewart momentarily stole the ball before the foul was called against him. But he's also giving instructions to Kobe Jones out wide here to take on his man and get behind him, because the attack with Jamaica bringing so many players back has become so predictable that they do need that one-on-one ability to get behind somebody, and Kobe Jones is the man to do it.
Well, the USA thought they could get around the back of the flanks defense of Jamaica, but as Ty says, you've got to do it either by crisp early passing and get over the top and run around them, or else take them on one-on-one, and there's been no one-on-one certainly by John Harkes for that matter, nor by Kobe.
Very patient Jamaica now. As the pace is slowed down, Jamaica co-leaders of this group with Mexico. They've played 2 more matches than Mexico. Ricardo Gardner brings it down, cuts it inside for the shot on Keller, with Dion Burton right in front for the rebound that never came.
Well, this guy is 19 years old. Bibby Gardner, they call him, because he's sort of the baby. But he's got all kinds of confidence in his ability to hit volleys, as you saw him take that chance. Look at this little flick away now, not even looking for goal. He knows where it is. And that Houghton skipped through easily there for Keller to pick up. Another set piece for the U.S. here, but again, 10 players back for Jamaica. See if Ronaldo can put some pressure on here and win the ball back. Front runners have got to do a lot of work defensively, Ernie Stewart and Eric Winalda, and they've got to do it as a team. Can't just have one person running, but 2 of them got to go together.
You see some of that pressure right there, but Jamaica breaks out.
Yeah, Jamaica
Malcolm
broke out because Winalda did not track down the man who passed the ball by him.
Goodison now comes inside. Fitzroy Simpson plays with Portsmouth in the English First Division to his teammate. Tried to get to Paul Hall, his professional teammate. Dooley broke it up. Ramos, nice touch, a subtle one. Here comes Burton on Jones, but a long lead for Ernie Stewart. Brings the ball down. There's Winalda with him. He's got Ramos to the box. Winalda for Stewart. Oh, he whiffs. Jones comes back. But Simpson is on it, and so is Jamaica.
But Sorber was right on Simpson's back there. Prevented him from turning and coming.
Paul Hall out racing Balboa, who touches it out for the throw-in.
So here's the ball cut back, a good cut back, but he loses his footing and into Ernie, and he whiffs on it. That's simply unthinkable for him, given his quality as a finisher. But Steve Sampson talked about it today. They need to have precision in front of goal, and so far that's eluded them because they're so quick around the box that maybe they can seize them if they run loose for them.
Eddie Pope got a touch for the first time in a while, but nothing comes of that attack. And again, it's Whitmore through midfield. Lead down the left side for Ricardo Gardner. He's got Whitmore and Hall coming down the middle, looking in front. Oh, just off stride for Theodore Whitmore. This is a dangerous Jamaican team.
Well, this is a team that plays beautifully as a unit instead of just a string of individuals, which often was their weak point. This is a nice glided ball through. And unfortunately for Whitmore, he was just out of stride when that ball came through. But very definitely, Jamaica looking more dangerous at this point, and the U.S. need to get a lot more play in the box. It's not just been down in the box enough.
Winalda challenging, so's Kobe, or rather Ramos. You see the U.S. white shirts, but Jamaica in possession. 1 point would suit them fine tonight. We see Ronaldo with that push. We've got hockey action tonight, live from Tokyo as the National Hockey League goes to Asia for the first time. Simpson on the corner kick. They look for Burton in the box, loose at the 6. Burton tried to tee it up, it's still loose. Burton still on the ball. Turns around like a pinball, and Kobe bicycles out of trouble. Agonizing sequence. Immediate throw-in. Ricardo Gardner to the top of the box. Brought down by Simpson. Lines up the shot. Blocked by Balboa. Jamaica is in control of this match. The U.S. is back on its heels right now. See the challenge with Ramos. And now Kobe Jones wins that ball. With a long ball looking for Ronaldo. Plucked out of the air. Whitmore cuts it wide. Here comes Dixon, number 4. As Whitmore makes his run and gets the ball. He's onside clearly. Against Balboa. With Hall in the box along with Burton. Dooley puts it out.
Well, midfield just totally dominated by Jamaica right now. The U.S. really not playing well in midfield at all. Or being beaten for speed. My goodness, that wasn't a foul?
No. Simpson with the ball looking for Burton. Keller punches it away. The rebound is put wide.
Well, it's this dangerous man, Simpson. That's an awfully good chip. And Keller quickly off the line, as he must do, because that ball had cleared Balboa. And this man, number 18, Dion Burton, is lining up as much as possible against Balboa, and he's got some advantages on Balboa in terms of speed. The U.S. would rather see Pope matching up there, I think, if they could.
Now the U.S. in possession for the first time, and it seems a while. Stewart now with Ronaldo in the box. Stewart into a forest of yellow shirts, taken off the ball. Now foul, we play on. Whitmore plays wide. Hartz wins the ball, we play on. Johnny Hart's on the ball. Tight marking from Jamaica. Wide ball played to Eddie Pope now, but Pope able, did he sit? Yes, able to win it, but Jamaica back on it. Gardner looking for Paul Hall. Dooley couldn't touch it. There's Fitzroy Simpson tangling with Mike Sorber.
Yeah, good defense by Mike Sorber there. As once again, Top Dooley had to come up. He's had to come up an awful lot in behind the defensive midfielders as Jamaica's been pouring through there.
Linval Dixon shaken up. In the 30th minute, Jeff Agus will warm up. Now, whether that means he's coming on, we can speculate what the change would be for Kobe Jones.
Yeah, I think the thought was that if Agus comes on, it'll be as a 4th defender. Perhaps to play a 4-4-2, but they were only thinking of doing that if Jamaica came with 3 attackers. Jamaica's not coming with 3 attackers normally, but they're coming with 4 or 5 or 6 sometimes because of their speedy dominance in midfield.
The United States, this is not the same level of play, quality of play we saw from them against Costa Rica as Pope pushes up. Kobe Jones on the ball. Now Mike Sorber. Hartz lifts it wide left. There's Ronaldo against Peter Cargill. Warren Barrett's got it.
Oh. Well, Ronaldo showed us what he's capable of doing there with that quick spin and turn and run to the line. But the finishing cross just didn't have the quality it needed with 3 or 4 white shirts up there waiting.
20-year-old Dion Burton gets past Hartz. Taken on by Balboa with a shot onto Keller. They nicknamed this young man Ronaldo. He's playing that way tonight. Hartz with the ball. Kobe's got some room on the right side. Tavaramos. The cross in front. Reyna turns just wide as Barrett got the touch.
Now that's what we want to see more of from Tavaramos. Doing a very good job supporting Kobe Jones in the first place, and then absolutely blasting by Simpson. And picking out Reyna, who turns well indeed, was back to goal. Picks the right corner, but a good save by Barrett.
Jeff Agus appears to be ready to come on, and it will be for Mike Sorber unless they've changed it. So the U.S. looks like they're a little worried about the speed and how wide open this game is. They're going to switch over to a 4-defender setup.
There's a nightmare scenario unfolding for the United States national team right now. Not able to get any offensive flow going. As you see Whitmore on the ball, Jamaica playing remarkably.
Instead of giving a yellow that can be so costly in a series of games for something, just a momentary lapse of temper.
Paul Hall tried to cross it, deflected out. Corner kick now. So Jeff Agus on the back line. Sorber has come out. Cello's had his hands and feet full tonight. Simpson will take the corner kick. Burton is in the box. Goodison pushes up. Looking for Goodison, headed out by the U.S. Whitmore with a header and lifted out by Kobe Jones. The United States at this point, I think, would be happy just to go into the locker room tied at halftime, foul against Ernie Stewart. Well, they don't like the calls, and they have learned rather quickly, the U.S. side, to talk about it might earn them yellows. And a lot of players are sitting on one yellow card tonight, with Mexico looming on the horizon.
Tell you, look at where Jeff Agus is playing. This is astonishing. He's playing in the center of the United States. Now he's moved over to the left. That's a bit more like it. And Kobe Jones has moved from the right wing to the left wing, and Tab Ramos is playing on the extreme right side of midfield now. So a complete shakeup of the U.S. midfield, going left to right. Kobe Jones, John Harkes, Claudio Reyna, and Tab Ramos. That's the midfield foursome for them right now.
Jamaica has outplayed the United States clearly in this first half. This is interesting. If they have to use their second substitution, the U.S., for Lawless or Burns, that leaves Steve Sampson one. Usually he uses his substitution for offensive purposes. That leaves him one card to play.
That's right.
Preki or Joe Max Moore later in the game.
Yeah,
he
or
needs
Roy
to get that adrenaline going.
That's right. And Roy Lassiter is that type of player too. So things have not gone well here for the U.S., but give a lot of credit to Jamaica for playing a spirited style. Here you go. See a lazy attempt to clear.
Paul Hall, Dion Burton tries to lob the keeper, but he's off the mark. He is laboring and laboring badly. Now Thomas Dooley, age 36. Trouble with his footing, still on the ball though. Ramos. Touched by Harkes. Bicycle attempt by Dooley from an awkward position.
Well, Dooley can afford to go forward now a little bit more because they're not playing with 3 backs anymore. They're playing with 4. So it's less risky when he leaves the backfield and goes up.
In the second minute of time added on here in the first half. Near handball. Was it whistled? No.
Well, referee quickly looked over to the assistant referee, and he just kept the flag down, didn't say anything.
Ramos on that ball. Comes inside. Harkes makes a run. A ball for Stewart. This is Ernie Stewart. Looking far post. Ronaldo couldn't get to it. Headed out by the defense. Corner kick now.
Good play again, but all coming from Tab Ramos, who's fighting hard in midfield. They need to get a corner quickly in here as time's running out.
Winola on the corner. Put out by Dixon. Winola back on it. Eric Winola with a ball. Cello. Oh, pitched wide.
Well, for a guy who's injured and limping, he's fighting real hard to get his team a last-minute lead before the half. Again, good play by Winola. Good fake. Interesting cross. And a very good jump.
Halftime of a game that has not lacked for action. He is in some discomfort walking off. Steve Sampson will have to decide whether to make any lineup changes Jamaica has played tremendous soccer. The United States and Jamaica are scoreless. We'll visit with Steve Sampson.
I talked to Steve Sampson at halftime. He's pleased enough now with the defensive adjustment, with the four-back setup. Now he wants the team to get into attack, get the ball out on the flanks, and then switch the point of attack. He's also happy with Winalda and thinks Winalda could go.
Well, as you said, in a team meeting yesterday, in front of the team, Winalda was told by Steve Sampson, do not pace yourself, go full out. Balboa remains in for the U.S. And it pays off there as Harks gets a foot in, so does Reyna. Malcolm continues on his way, though. Now Paul Hall watching as Reyna puts it all the way back to Casey Keller.
Well, that was good pressure by the U.S. This man Whitmore had to come back to help out. He is such a good player in midfield. Number 11, Whitmore. There he is.
He's on the ball.
Midfield.
For Dion Burton, number 18 from Derby County. Gardner looks to lift it in. It's deflected out. Corner kick now for Jamaica. Eddie Pope, who had the winning goal in MLS Cup 96, plays his games for DC United here at RFK Stadium. Malcolm will take the corner kick. Dooley playing on the back line. Casey Keller, one of the big stars this year in the English Premiership. Goodison. Ian Goodison. They call him Pepe.
Nice swerving ball in here. Goodison gets over the top of all the United States defenders, including Balboa and Agus. But good positioning, too, by Casey Keller. He was in control of this. He couldn't come for this and decided to hold his position.
You see Simpson dispossessed. Now Harks for Ramos. Looking for Ernie Stewart. Cargill can't get that ball. Ramos into the box. Put out by Dixon. Back on it, Eddie Pope. There's Winalda. Eric Winalda in front of Karams. Was that a handball?
Yes. Penalty.
A penalty kick. Handball in the area. Well.
This is pretty rough justice in many ways. The ball is played in here by Winalda. You'll see the hand go up, and he handles it, but he's outside the area. Terrible decision given there to the United States by the referee. A handball clearly on the replay shown to be outside the box. The referee, of course, does not have the advantage of replays the way we do. But United States could steal a goal lead here that you might say they don't fully deserve. I don't care about that.
Winalda. And tonight, in Kingston, Jamaica, I think I know what the top replay of the evening will be. It won't be that penalty kick. It will be the handball that appeared to be outside the penalty area. That was awarded the penalty kick.
You see Goodison come over. There's the hand. He's still outside. He finally steps into the area. But Winalda very coolly and calmly slims it home. First, Winalda scored a penalty also against, I think it was Trinidad and Tobago. Keeper undecided which way to go. And Winalda takes advantage of a huge break for the U.S.
His 5th World Cup qualifying goal. The PK, I think, came against Canada.
Oh, that's right. It was. Excuse me.
And we play on. So, as you said, rough justice.
Very rough justice.
Life is not fair. And a demonstration right there. But it is USA 1, Jamaica nothing. As Agus is on the ball. Pursued by Paul Hall. Look at Dion Burton. And Burton buries it. And we are equal.
What was Jeff Agus thinking? Tries to touch his ball with the outside of his foot. A little flick in. I think he was trying to give it to Balboa, but it was anticipated by a Jamaican player. Touched in, and an easy score for Burton, and he continues to be a one-man wrecking crew.
He has scored the last 3 goals for Jamaica. Paul Hall on the ball. Jamaica has equalized, and so it's deflected out for the throw-in by Cargill. Here's Whitmore in the midfield against Jeff Agus. Thousands, perhaps tens of thousands of Jamaican fans have made their way here. Jamaican Americans and Jamaicans coming up from the island nation. The sound from the relative fan base is roughly equal tonight. Simpson knocked off the ball. Touched by Stewart. Here comes Reyna looking for Winalda. And Fitzroy Simpson collects that ball and keeps it away from Ernie Stewart.
Simpson has been fantastic coming back and playing in front of the back 3 and trying to calm things down. He's been a wonderful leader for them, number 6, Simpson.
Rene Samoy is the head coach of Jamaica, the evangelical Christian. He talks about the divine plan for his nation. Keller is out. Dooley cuts the ball off. Now Kobe Jones moves in on Dixon. He's got Winalda in the corner. Stewart coming down the middle. Dispossessed is Winalda. Gets a foot back in. Throwing for Jamaica.
Well, now it's a question of nerve, and who's got the nerve and the composure after 2 very sort of controversial or certainly spectacular goals in one way or another, and who can get the composure back and start stringing some passes together and take advantage of maybe some of the emotional mistakes that the other team may make.
Ernie Stewart now against Goodison. Ramos, Gardner skied. Ramos against Goodison. Still on the ball, and now won by Goodison as Polk forces for the goal kick. Now Ricardo Gardner, age 19, gets a touch. Now Jamaica has leveled the match. Burton in the 50th minute. They would love a point. They'd be ecstatic with 3. Dion Burton. Whitmore on the ball. Through ball for Paul Hall. Jamaica appeals for the penalty. They don't get it. Quickly on the distribution. This is Ernie Stewart on a counterattack. Jamaica has numbers back, though. Oh, and a nice play there by the Jamaica defense. And now back on it, Peter Cargill.
Now, is this a foul by Agus or not? As he touches the ball away, he also gets some feet. And that could have gone against the U.S. very easily.
Boy, the tension level ratcheting up here in Washington. Harks tried the ball for Winalda. He's challenging in there against the keeper who's out. Now Barrett retreats. Stewart far post. Headed out by Goodison, chased down by Gardner for Jamaica. And now Whitmore gets the touch. They may not be pretty on defense, but they're getting the job done. The yellow Reggae Boyz. Now ball puts it wide of Dion Burton.
And who's coming up but Simpson?
Fitzroy Simpson from Portsmouth eludes the tackle and taken down outside the area, and a free kick. About 25 yards out.
Well, he's got to be the man of the match for me. From end to end, here's the touch. And there looked to me to be contact there, but Jello certainly didn't think so. Well, I tell you, the way Jamaica played in the first half, the U.S. might have been excused from thinking that they got a draw, they'd be happy. But
here goes Frecky. Frecky against Goodison. Frecky cuts it back. Left foot looking in front for Stewart. Jeff Agus now is Winalda cuts inside. Jeff Agus still on the ball. Agus again far post. Put away from Eddie Pope for the corner kick. The United States and Jamaica World Cup qualifying on ESPN. A raucous evening at RFK Stadium. Along with Ty Keogh and Seamus Mellon, I'm Bob Lee. 3 very important points at stake.
Maybe the option was better to do.
Dean Sewell, number 12, coming on, replacing Stephen Malcolm.
Good patient build-up by the U.S., not giving the ball away.
Captain John Harks plays it wide. Oh, that first touch by Jeff Agus, able to save it, yes. Ernie Stewart as Goose goes up the wing now. A lot of space here for Ernie. Looking for Winalda, but right on to Fitzroy Simpson. Simpson gets past Winalda. Taken down from behind. No card.
No, but he's lucky not to get one. And he's carrying one already. And he scored over 20 goals for them in 3 years. So Eddie Pope does not want him to turn.
Bad ball by Whitmore, almost picked off by Ernie Stewart, but now Jamaica, they're taking some chances with their square balls, and Harks chasing. Or rather, Pricky with Harks, trying to put some pressure on. Durant Brown, the sweeper. Sewell out of his end. Dean Sewell gets past Agus, but Balboa has it with that dangerous man, Dion Burton, right there, the number 18 for Jamaica. Nice skill there by Stewart. Claudio Reyna. Ooh, Jeff Agus with Ricardo Gardner running down the middle for Jamaica. Pricky wins that ball. Harks is on it. Tab Ramos now on the right side. Eddie Pope is there to collect it. But a bad touch, and Jamaica's on it. Here they come. Whitmore, number 11. Dion Burton. Going far post. Pope puts it out. Tussling there with Paul Hall, number 22. Simpson looking for Burton. Balboa challenging. Burton in the box. Nice turn with the double team work as Goose takes it away. Only 2 other Caribbean nations have ever gone to the World Cup finals. Haiti in '74, Cuba back in '38. Jamaica with a point tonight would be well on its way. With 3 tonight, might well be into France. Major moment in sporting lure for this nation tonight. But the U.S. won all. Burton comes back, though, wins that ball from Reyna. Look at that skill. Ricardo Gardner, the teenager, picked up by Pope. Gardner. Teller has it. Let's go to Taikio.
You have to like the United States offensive options with Preki wide and also Tab Ramos now free to move all over in support of Ernie Stewart. And John Harks has gotten his wish, really, to play central midfield. But a problem right now for the USA is number 11, Theodore Whitmore, who continues to find himself with plenty of space in the center of midfield. So Harks and Claudio Reyna need to slow that up, or the U.S. could be exploitable on a counterattack, and they almost were a moment ago.
And as he comes off, I imagine Burns will make his entrance. Michael Burns, the captain of the Revolution, has played all 32 games this year in Major League Soccer action. So Burns, he's on. And Ramos will take the free kick about 35 yards out. Into a forest of yellow jerseys. But now Stewart on the same side as Winalda. A lot of traffic there, and you saw Sewell win that ball. Sewell again. Tussling there with Jeff Agus. Quickly down to Taikio.
I just spoke with Steve Sampson and asked him why he did not bring on Alexi Lalas instead of Mike Burns, because Lalas is very lethal with the head balls, and he said it's basically because it was the right back position, and that's not Lalas' position. Burns much more suited to playing wide in the back.
Ramos with the ball for Preki. Tussling there with Gooderson. The ball comes to Ramos. Looking for Harks in the box. Put out there by Dixon. Fitzroy Simpson in his own end. Peter Cargill. Theodore Whitmore. Harks now. Michael Burns. Looking for Harks. Preki makes a run. Touched by Brown, the sweeper. And a foul against the U.S. Boy, the tension is just building with every tick of the clock. Gooderson, number 5, 5. Jamaica, 1 point, as we said, would be fine, but they don't have it just yet. Claudio Reyna, far post. Didn't get much on it with his left foot. The second time tonight, one of his left-footed shots whistled wide.
Well, this is just the kind of play that they anticipated coming into the U.S. to win these balls in midfield from sloppy passing by the midfield of Jamaica. But look, he sets his shot up. He's got the goal at his mercy. Lunging Dixon may have distracted him, but this guy, Claudio Reyna, who's playing so well now in the German Bundesliga for Wolfsburg, finally getting to play every week, has got to be really disappointed that didn't go.
Here goes Whitmore. With Hall making a run. Oh, cut off of the pass and deftly by Michael Burns. Quickly the U.S. counterattack. Burns against Simpson. He's got Pricky to his right. Pricky on the ball. Dispossessed, and here comes Jamaica. Back and forth we go. You see that arm that we play on as Pricky went down on the challenge. This is Dion Burton. Dion Burton lifting it. Michael Burns with pressure from Paul Hall goes up the wing.
Well, you have to say the Pricky gamble has not worked. He's been dispossessed a number of times. Gotten one good cross in, maybe. And everybody else is working very, very hard to win the ball back. And that's not something that Pricky does.
Dean Sewell, number 12. Peter Cargill, number 7. That's Ricardo Gardner now. Inside for Sewell. Jamaica looking for the 3 points. Whitmore in front for Sewell, and Keller is out. Casey Keller, before Sewell could get a foot to it. Quickly, good distribution this time to Stewart.
Casey Keller, one of his great assets is his speed off the line, and he needed it there.
Johnny Harks. Michael Burns. What a match this has been. You're just a fan of soccer. This has been tremendous stuff tonight. Peter Cargill will come out. Christopher Dawes will come on for Jamaica in the 89th minute now of a match fraught with import, tension, and drama.
Well, Dawes comes in.
Players of the match. Our Snickers man of the match, Tom Ramos of the United States. Dion Burton on the ball. Here's Paul Hall now. Balboa cut him off. Back on it, Pricky. This is Alden. Looking for Pricky, tried to play it ahead for himself, but not against those numbers. Sewell having problems, takes on Agus.
That was good defense by Pricky coming out and help out, but that his patented little move failed him, but here's Harks.
Whoa! He's tripped and taken down, and a free kick immediately restarted for the U.S. in the 90th minute of a tie match. Snickers player of the match for Jamaica, Fitzroy Simpson. U.S. on the attack. Michael Burns. Lifted but not out. Pricky with a right foot. It caroms wide. Corner kick now in injury time to the United States.
Boy.
You can't buy drama like this.
Boy, if you wanted any player on the team to have that ball dropped to, it would be Pricky. He couldn't get his left foot on it.
Ramos looking for Dooley. There's Ronaldo. Offside. The flag was up.
Boy, tough call there. Let's see if there's a handball in here. There you see it. I didn't see it. Oh, yeah.
Well,
it
all evens out in the end.
Yeah, it does. That definitely was a handball.
Dion Burton ever so dangerous. Dion Burton still on the ball. Gets a touch there from Reyna. And the U.S. now in injury time. No one knows how much time we have left. If you're new to the sport, it's very subjective. If you're an MLS fan, you know on the score clock. But here, it's the referee's discretion, and we are at full time. And a tough evening for the United States national side. And a major point for Jamaica. And a deep well of disappointment for the boys in white tonight.
Without any question, they had a very hard time getting into their stride. and they had to make the adjustments that we heard about. The adjustments didn't work for them, but in the end, you've got to give credit not just to the resilience of Jamaica, but to the attractive soccer that they tried to play and succeeded in playing well.